particularly dangerous time just because of the amount of traffic that's going through there. That's not just commuters, but also everybody that is traveling from San Francisco or from the high country that takes that route right east and west here. So it is on the move, approaching I-5 right now. You can see how this is starting to approach with the yellow signature is going to be more in the light to moderate rain, but where we're seeing some of the orange and the deeper reds, that's going to be the heavier rain, the stronger thunderstorms. And if I just stop this for a moment, you can see the current location and some of the lightning that we're still seeing and the storm track. So this is the hail that is falling just off to the south of I-80 and off to the east of I-5 in that little corridor here. But now we're starting to see this approach very quickly towards I-5. Anybody that's gone right in that area, a little bit of construction going on right there. That is going to be a dangerous spot in the next 5 minutes. The track is, again, I just want to say it is off to the north and west. So we are looking at that track going in a slightly different direction than what we're somewhat used to with these moving off to the north and east. This one moving off to the north and west with that counterclockwise circulation. Okay, so we've lost the hail signature now. It looks like this is starting to die down ever so slightly. The lightning now also starting to calm down a bit from what we were seeing earlier. So this is starting to lose a bit of its punch, if you will. The instability, though, is still present as we take a look at another thunderstorm that's now starting to form in between Highway 50 and 160 heading out towards Rancho Murrieta. Now, it's not heading towards Rancho Murrieta, it's actually heading towards Rancho Cordova along Highway 50. But again, we'll track this particular cell, which is now producing some isolated hail. Most of this has been penny-sized hail, nothing much bigger than that. The tops of these clouds, roughly about 20,000 feet, which is not a huge Midwest Central Plains kind of thunderstorm. It's slightly smaller than that. I'll expand this view slightly so you can see the area that we're currently looking at, and that's the only thunderstorm that we have that is actively producing either lightning or hail right now. These storms are moving off to the north and west. Instead of moving from the south, pushing north, they're moving from the south and pushing off to the west. And you can see that when I put this into motion here, how we get that counterclockwise circulation. So they push off in this direction. And I'll close in just a bit tighter here. And you can see just to the north of Highway 16 that it is approaching Highway 50 now over towards the Rancho Cordova area. And that's where we're going to see the potential for some hail already falling in many of the communities right in between there from Casunas to Rancho Cordova. We have a lot of hail over towards Mather, so be aware that's going to be some dangerous driving on the surface road, certainly in some of those communities as this makes its way towards Highway 50. Coming to you at 4:30 on Monday from the ABC 10 Weather Center. This is Chief Meteorologist Monica Woods. We were expecting this, was working yesterday and saw what this surface low was going to be doing and producing just pretty much in the exact area that we thought, the southern Sacramento Valley and all the way through the San Joaquin Valley. Just a real quick different view. I do want to show you how much thunderstorm action we have even south of Merced. You can see how much how much instability is being created as this low moves its way on the coast. This is also some cold air working in. But again, the storm that we're tracking right now happens to be right in between 16 and Highway 50, producing some hail. Penny size is about what we're seeing right now. Winds 30-mile-per-hour plus. This is not a severe thunderstorm. We do not have any current warnings in place. It's just a situation that we want to continue to watch and just make sure that everybody's aware of the ponding on the roadways. We've been also hearing of some localized minor flooding, nothing terribly dangerous or serious, but you could get some hydroplaning in there as well just because of the ponding on the roadways. And that's a situation that we don't always have to deal with. We haven't had to deal with that in several weeks. We've got a lot of construction on Highway 50, and that's going to make this even more dangerous as it makes its way in that direction. Moving off, like I said, to the north and west of Highway 16, and then pushing up towards Highway 50. The cells have been holding together pretty good. You can see that the one that we were tracking just off to the north of downtown Sacramento now starting to lose just a little bit of steam, but I'll go back to that just briefly because we've got a busy commute going on right now, and that happens to be one of the busier sectors that we follow. I-80 top of town, as well as I-5 heading northbound out of the downtown area. Southbound already getting hit just a little while ago, about a half hour ago. We've got some hail that has accumulated on Biz 80. If you're heading in that direction, look out for just some spots that could still be a bit slick until that starts to melt down, and it won't take long. We still have temperatures in the 50s and 60s. And then for this band of rain heading towards I-80, I-5, it just means it's one of those commutes. Just gotta take it slow over towards this other cell that we are tracking. We'll just close it up right here. This particular one is what we're going to be watching here as we head towards Highway 50. Put this into motion, and you can see how the general motion has been counterclockwise, moving off to the north and west, and that's going to put it right on pace to hit Highway 50. From Highway 16 over towards Highway 50. We'll end it there. Thanks for joining us. And of course, we're going to have the latest coming up on ABC 10 at 5 o'clock in just less than 30 minutes. We're going to continue to watch this throughout the afternoon and the early evening. Until then, you can always connect with us online, and we'll see